So oftentimes in high school, in a reading class or an English class, people might have been assigned a reading assignment for homework that might have been 40 or 50 pages, and oftentimes I know I personally postpone that until last minute. And you won't, and I didn't learn until after doing that a few times how to read faster. So in this speech, I'll be teaching you how to read faster and how to retain what you're reading. Most people do a thing called sub-vocalizing. When you sub-vocalize, you actually, like when you're reading a book, I have a book right here. This is a quite wordy book, and if you have this assigned for an assignment, it's going to take you a few minutes to read. So what you do, if I'm reading this, what I do is I read each word and I process it in my mind. But that takes us a lot of time to do. So in order to read faster, what you do is you just skim through and you don't actually process the words, you process the sentences. And it takes a little bit of getting used to it first, but over time it does take, what would take you a minute to read a page, you can now do in a half of that time. Because you're just skimming through, you're seeing the words on the pages, and you only actually read maybe every third word, but you see the words in between, so your brain is able to piece the words and make a coherent sentence. Now this does take a little bit amount of time. It takes a little bit amount of practice, and when you do this, you need to figure out how many words you actually want to read in a sentence. Maybe it's every other word, maybe it's every 3 words, and eventually you get to the point where it's every 5 words. Now, while you're doing that, you are focusing on what's in between. You're not just completely ignoring that. You are continuing to see all the words on the page, but only actually read a certain amount of those words because you're not able to read all of those in the time that you're allowed. Most people, this works because most people are able to see up to usually 6 or 7 objects at a time without counting them. For example, if you have 3 pennies on a table, you don't have to count all 3 pennies, you can just see that there are 3 pennies. But then once you get up to the numbers of, usually it's around 7, 8, 9, you can't just see those and see how many are there, you have to actually count them. And it's the same thing for reading. So in doing this, you will be able to read faster and complete your assignments on time and help you retain the information that you